All right, today we are digging into the wild story of Lovable. This is a company that has absolutely exploded onto the scene, right at the heart of this whole AI coding boom, with a promise that honestly sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. I mean, just think about that for a second. What if you could take that amazing app idea you've got floating around in your head, describe it in one simple sentence, and then just watch as an AI builds the whole thing for you? That's it. That's the game-changing idea that Lovable is built on.
And this is their pitch, boiled down to its absolute core. The biggest barrier to creating something new? It's just gone. You don't need to find a technical co-founder. You don't need to hire a team of expensive engineers. All you need is the idea itself.
And that idea, that incredibly simple, powerful promise, that earned them a $1.8 billion valuation in less than 2 years. It's a truly mind-boggling number. It just goes to show you how much money is betting that empowering people who can't code is a massive, massive market.
And this quote right here from the founders Anton and Fabian Hedin, this is their whole philosophy. This is what drives them. They really believe they're not just making the tool, they're trying to unlock this huge, untapped reservoir of human creativity. Okay, so let's get into how they're actually trying to pull this off.
So the company has this really interesting term for their approach. They call it vibe coding. The whole idea is that you're just describing the feeling, the function, the vibe of what you want, instead of getting bogged down in all the technical details.
And when I say their rise was fast, I mean it was absolutely meteoric. It started out as a pretty popular open source project back in 2023, and by July of 2025, boom, a $200 million Series A. This timeline just perfectly captures the insane speed and the hype surrounding this company. So how does this vibe coding thing actually work under the hood? Well, you give it your description, and the AI gets to work, spitting out a complete full-stack application using a really modern tech stack. We're talking React, TypeScript, the whole deal. The goal is to give you a finished package ready to go with one-click deployment and even integrations with popular services like Supabase and GitHub. And the market has just eaten it up. I mean, the traction is incredible. The company hit $120 million in annual recurring revenue in just 7 months. Not to mention millions of users signing up. These are the kinds of numbers that make investors' eyes light up. Okay, so this all sounds amazing, right? It almost sounds a little too good to be true, which, naturally leads to the big question. Does the actual experience of using Lovely live up to all this marketing hype? And this is where we hit the big problem. This is where the reality starts to set in. When you look at user feedback, you see this huge gap, this chasm, really, between what Lovable is amazing at, which is spitting out quick prototypes, and what you actually need to build a real scalable business. And at the very heart of all the user frustration is this thing they've started calling the bug loop. You ask the AI to fix one little thing, and in the process, it just breaks something else, something totally unrelated. It's a massive critical flaw in how the whole thing works. So you end up with this really stark contrast, right? The promise is this beautiful, fully functional app ready in just a few hours, but for a lot of users, the reality becomes this nightmare scenario they call a credit-burning bug loop, where they're literally paying money just to fix the AI's own mistakes. Let's just walk through this cycle, because it's pretty frustrating. So step 1, you prompt the AI to make a change. Step 2, the AI tries, but it accidentally introduces a brand new bug. So step 3, you try again, burning through your paid credits with every single attempt. And all the while, the code underneath is just getting messier and more fragile. And the problems don't stop there. Users are finding that the platform really struggles with anything that requires complex back-end logic. Plus, the whole way it's built isn't really meant for production-level systems, it's not great for SEO, and it can be super fragile. I mean, they had a 19-hour outage back in January. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. That massive valuation Lovable has, it's not just about their product as it is today. It's really part of this much bigger, incredibly high-stakes gamble that investors are making across the entire AI development world. And if you look at their competitors, you can see how the market is starting to shake out. You've got Replit, which is for developers. You've got Bolt.new for startups who need a quick MVP. But Lovable, they are laser-focused on that non-technical founder. And that simplicity is their greatest strength, for sure, but it's also their biggest weakness. And this, right here, this brings us to the fundamental problem. This is the elephant in the room. Lovable, Replit, all of them. They are all in a race to solve the same incredibly difficult challenge. How in the world do you take a creative, kind of random, probabilistic AI and get it to produce perfect, deterministic, bug-free code every single time? The truth is, right now, nobody has solved it.
So, after all that, what is Lovable right now? Is it a fun toy to play with? Is it a serious tool for building a business? Or is it maybe just a glimpse of what's to come?
The truth is, it's kind of like it has a split personality. As a toy, it is absolutely brilliant. I mean, it is unbelievably fast for just trying out ideas and making prototypes. But as a professional tool, it's just too unreliable. That bug loop, the technical issues, it's just not ready for prime time.
So, at the end of the day, here's the bottom line. To ever justify that $1.8 billion price tag, Lovable has to fix this. It has to figure out how to bridge that gap. It needs to evolve from being this fantastic engine for ideas into a rock-solid, dependable engineering platform.
And really, that leaves us with the billion-dollar question for the entire industry, doesn't it? Lovable's whole journey is really just a test case for a much, much bigger idea. Can the creative, sometimes chaotic magic of generative AI ever really be tamed into the kind of predictable, stable, and reliable tool that modern engineering demands? Honestly, the answer to that is going to define the future of how we build everything.